I was the shyest, quietest little kid in the world. I was full of anxiety. I just couldn't speak to anyone. And the second I started getting tattoos, I massively just came out my shell. It just changed who I was as a person completely. I don't know, the idea that I could do that for someone else just felt really cool. It's not just, being an artist and doing this because I like art. It's putting someone's story in their skin, which is crazy important, and it's not something I take lightly. It's a big thing to be trusted with. I've been tattooing for 2.5 years now. Feels like way longer than that, to be honest. I've always been surrounded by it and I've always been involved. Loved tattoos since I was 12 years old. I was getting in trouble so much when I was a kid, just drawing on myself and drawing on my school books and stuff. I've had loads of friends who are tattoo artists. My mum's an artist. I was always really involved in skateboarding culture, and tattoos are super prevalent there as well. Yeah, I've just constantly been surrounded by it. It was probably when I was about 18, I started getting tattooed and realised how much I loved it, but I definitely didn't think I was good enough at the time, and I didn't have a professional portfolio put together or anything like that. I was doing graphic design at the time, from when I was 17 till I was about 23. I just never loved working for a big corporation. Never felt like myself there. I think I finally put a portfolio together and just started taking it around. You had to take a lot of sacrifices, and then when you eventually do land your foot in the door, it's an unpaid apprenticeship, so you've then got to work extra hours on top of it, but it was a relief knowing that I was good enough for the crop. There's people that are starting that aren't necessarily artists to begin with and just try and jump in because they think it's the cool thing to do. But yeah, I think I was really lucky that I had loads of tattoo artists around me that I've been friends with since I was younger anyway. Not to say that made it easy. I was still trying for years to get in. All my friends couldn't take me on as an apprentice. They didn't have any space or didn't have the time to, train someone up. I think this was the 4th tattoo studio I'd helped build up or something. And finally landed my feet in it when my mate told me come on, it's your turn now. It was good. I think it's really important to constantly learn, because the second you think you know everything is the second you're going to stagnate and the second you just don't get any better. I feel like a lot of people have an issue with taking advice from other people, or especially from people that haven't been tattooing as long as them, maybe, when it's just so backwards, because you should always take people with fresh eyes and learn from them too. You might have been doing something for 10 years. Someone who's been doing it a year has a completely new way of doing it, and it doesn't mean to say that your way is better than theirs. I always go to different artists as well and learn different techniques off them. My mentor's a realism tattoo artist. That's not my forte, but there's so many techniques I picked up off him that I could translate into what I was doing. I'll end up booking tattoos with different people with different styles, just to see how one person had packed color or how one person had put a smooth shade in, because every little detail is worth knowing. A lot of time people just see the shiny Instagram photos and how crispy all the lines look and everything on social media, but it's a lot of graft behind the scenes. I kind of felt like I left my 9-5 to go do a 24/7 job, because when you're not tattooing, you're drawing. When you're not drawing, you're doing admin messages. When you're not doing that, you're doing social posts, and it really is constant graft. And I think people also don't see how mentally draining it can be. There's some days where things just don't feel right, and you've got self-doubt and imposter syndrome, and it's crippling, because you're putting ink in people's skin. Every single one has to be perfect. So those days can really bring a downer sometimes, but it's worth it. You power through. My advice for someone who's trying to get into tattooing is don't give up easily. It's really hard to get your foot in the door in tattooing. It took me years. It takes most people years. I think it's really important as well to not just take the first opportunity you get. Make sure that you've done your research, you've looked into it, there's good artists there, there's people that are actually willing to help. It's worth doing all the mopping for everyone, printing everyone's stencils out, doing general shop admin and stuff. But there's definitely some shops out there that take it way too far and really work you to the bone. So make sure you've done your research into your shop first, and just keep improving that portfolio, keep taking it around to different shops, do everything you can to get into it.